Good morning. This is the attempt at a live stream of the KBT Event 3 for the East Division. The three teams, the Tar Heel Lunkers, the Norfolk Privateers, and the Virginia Anglers, are fishing the Sandy River Reservoir this morning in Virginia. And as of right now, let me see if I can pull it up real quick to see where we stand. We do know that this may be a very short live stream simply because I don't think that very many people have enough cell service in order to be able to get onto the live stream. So we'll just have to wait and kind of see how it goes. But as of right now, I know that one of the team members from the Lunkers said he doesn't have enough service to join in. Just checking in on where we are right now. The Virginian Anglers are out with a pretty commanding lead at 170 inches already. They started fishing at 5:30 this morning, and Tyler Bumgarner's leading the way for the Anglers, and with 74.5 inches. He's got a 21.75 kicker. James Quinn also has a 21.75 for the Anglers. All of the Anglers are on the board as of right now. If we go down, Tar Heel Lunkers are sitting in second as of now. Wyatt Hammond has a 17.75 fish, and Rick Morris has a 16.5. Norfolk Privateers are coming in third at the moment, based on Tourney X, which Travis Belcher is showing two fish for 29.5 inches. All of this will have a big asterisk towards it right now, simply because we don't believe that most of the anglers have enough service in order to submit fish. So it's going to be an interesting day, especially at the end, to see whenever they come off the water within the time to submit fish. They may have to drive somewhere in order to go and have enough cell service to be able to upload their fish. So just in case you're wondering, Sandy River Reservoir, this is the place in Virginia that's basically where the most citations for largemouth bass come from, based on the last few years. It's a 740-acre water supply impoundment, and it's owned by Prince Edward County. It opened to the public in 1996, so it's not a very, very old lake, but it certainly is one that produces a lot of quality fish. It is managed by the Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources, and basically, whenever they flooded the two creeks, it came into two large areas, and I'm just reading this. Sand and timber were left in the lake at the construction to provide fish habitat and structure. Pretty much, this thing was impounded for water supply, but yet they maintained the integrity of the habitat for largemouth bass, and I'm sure other species that exist in that lake as well. In 2022, Sandy River produced the most citations in the state for any local or freshwater body of water, and that was 16. Give you an idea, in 2020, it produced 21 citation fish. So in Virginia, a citation fish has a largemouth bass has a total length of 22 inches or more, and I believe 8 pounds or 8 pounds will give you a citation. So in 2020, they had 21 citations come out of Sandy River. 2021, 13 citations. 2022, 16. And in 2023, the big year, so obviously the lake is holding its own and even getting better, at 23 citations in 2023. The lake's got a lot of habitat. It's got everything from submerged aquatic vegetation, stumps, down trees, standing trees, drop-offs. While it's not very big at 740 acres, it provides a pretty wide variety of fishing options for our guys that are out there this morning. Give you an idea of where it's at. It's about 2.5 hours north of Greensboro, about an hour and 15 minutes west, kind of west-southwest of Richmond, Virginia, 2.5 hours north of Raleigh, and then 2.5 hours from Norfolk, almost due west. So it's right there sitting in near Farmville, Virginia, and pretty much the guys are having a good time. I know there was quite a bit of pre-fishing. They were on some fish, so I'm really expecting to see the board change a lot once anglers can get enough cell service in order to upload fish. Let me see real quick. We're looking at so the Virginian anglers have posted they do have a limit of 10 fish as of right now. Tyler Bumgarner leading the way for their team with 74.5 inches. Dave Batten is second with 61.5. James Quinn has put up that 121.75 kicker fish that I'm quite confident is going to stay up the entire day. And then Sean Boersma has got a 15.25. So they do have a limit for their team with all of the anglers right now having submitted fish. Now I'm going to just start saying as submitted fish versus caught fish, because I have no idea if these anglers have caught fish and they just can't submit them. We'll just have to wait and see, but it's going to be interesting. And so sitting here now and looking, I'm not seeing anyone able to try to join the live stream. We'll continue to hang around for just a few minutes to see if someone does try to get on the live stream, but it may or may not. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, I had a bunch of questions I wanted to ask the anglers just to try to maintain some conversation throughout the live stream, but it doesn't appear that we're going to have that opportunity. So just stand by for a little bit. I'll show our intro again just to see something better than looking at me. All right. Well, right now I'm attempting to get Attorney X up onto the screen for you to be able to look at. So just bear with me for a moment. I'm getting there. All right, this is obviously my first time. My first time doing this, so it's kind of interesting. Let's see. Here we go. So we can look and see the scores that are up there as of now. And again, I just don't know that we're going to be able to know very much, frankly, about what's going on today, simply because we don't believe that there's enough cell service. Or I'm confirmed with one of my teammates, with Dave Hart, that basically he just doesn't have enough cell service in order to try to make the connection with StreamYard. But you can see right there as where we stand currently. But again, everything's got an asterisk beside of it as of right now, simply because we don't know who's got what. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and log off, and since we won't be able to get anybody on, and we'll just have to wait and see. Hey, Ryan. Sorry, I'm just learning how to see the comments. Good morning, guys. Cool. 8 pounds, right? Thanks, Ryan. I really wish we had some connection. If there's anything else that you want to join in or ask about, just let me know, because I'm kind of struggling here whenever it's just me and no live stream and no anglers to talk to this morning. I do get an error message now saying they're having trouble streaming to your destination. So obviously StreamYard's not able to connect up there. So good morning, Kyle. Let's check to see. I'm not sure. We got it from Ron Sarko. Said, yeah, it's tough out there, man. I couldn't do anything on the water service wise. So connection with fix, I'm not sure. I think that might be part of the problem. Whenever I see this, I'm not sure. I think I followed all the steps to be able to connect to fix, but I'm not. That might be what it is. Thanks, Kyle. Wow, Ryan said that he couldn't load fish and couldn't connect to anything and couldn't even make a phone call. So obviously, the middle of Virginia may simply be the middle of nowhere as far as the cell service looks like. So that's okay, Kyle. That's what happened last week. Yeah, I don't know. It's still a work in progress with trying to share content related to the to each tournament, and hopefully we'll get it all figured out as this grassroots effort and trying to make this stuff more appealing and more fun to watch, especially for other anglers on other teams. I know that I try whenever I can. I try to log into the live stream if they're doing it for another team in another division or another region. It's pretty interesting. It's good to see our fellow KBT anglers out there, especially in different places. It's interesting. So, well, I think that I'm going to go ahead and end this stream because it just doesn't look like it's going to work out based on service that they have available. So I want to wish everybody a great weekend. Have a good time. Drink lots of water. We know it's hot. At least it is here in North Carolina. I live down kind of towards the coast, and it is hot and dry. And there's a lot of vacationers, whatnot, down in on our beaches, and there's a lot of people not drinking enough water. And so make sure you hydrate, stay cool, go out, catch some fish, have a good time. And looking forward to next week. I will mention this next week. We'll be at our Mutual Lake event. So whenever we started this season, there's 3 teams, but 7 tournaments. So each team was able to select 2 home lakes. And so that's 6. And then we tried to figure out what we were going to do with that one additional tournament that we had. And so we decided that as far as between the 3 teams and the leaders of each 3 teams, decided that we would just do a mutual lake. And so that mutual lake ended up, we landed on Roanoke Rapids Lake, which is on the Roanoke River chain. It's below the dam of Lake Gaston. So you got Carr Lake, and then you've got Lake Gaston, and then you have Roanoke Rapids Lake, and then it goes into the Roanoke River to flow all the way out, basically to the Albemarle Sound. And Roanoke Rapids Lake is an interesting lake. I think I'm the only one who's ever stepped foot or stepped in a boat on Roanoke Rapids Lake, and that's been 25 years ago. At least it's been a long time, but it used to be pretty good. I've been kind of looking around and kind of seeing what I can find on YouTube and doing some research, and they're still catching them there. If I remember right, it could be a feast or famine lake. We'll see, but it's going to be interesting. It'll be fun because it's pretty much very little experience on this lake. So whenever we look at as far as fairness or who can figure out a new lake the fastest, which team can. And so this is where the team aspect of the KBT will come into play. Instead of you being a single angler trying to go out and dissect the lake and figure out patterns, now that you'll have at least 4 people, depending upon who all gets to pre-fish, you'll have at least 4 people out there sharing information, hopefully, and trying to come up with a pattern and see if you can come up with the winning pattern for your team. So that'll be a challenge for all of us. I'm looking forward to going. Thankfully I'll be back in action next week to enjoy that. We'll be fielding a completely different team than what we're fielding this week, just because of the 2 tournaments back to back and the travel involved and that type stuff. So hopefully it'll be good. So I think at this point, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Hey, thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Kyle, for joining us. I'm sorry we don't have anything more interesting than what we have, but it's just the realities of cell service, especially at the lake in Virginia. So looking forward to next week. I want everybody to take care, drink lots of water, have a good weekend, catch some fish. Y'all take care.